And they often ask a lot of questions. How was she? Was she shy? Did she cook? Did she like animals? And I wish that my children have known her, because she was an incredibly charming person. A combination, a very unusual combination of great shyness and charm, but also very strong, and really living the life she wanted to live, with all that she was shy and a little scared of everything.
I have another question here. Yes. I don't know if you're waiting to me or saying 5 minutes. I think you're saying 5 minutes. I understand. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Isabella, for being here. Ingrid Bergman once said, "Be yourself, the world worships the original." Can you tell us how she got into the character of the films that she was in? You know, how did she rehearse? How did she get into the character? How did she work? And what do you remember of Alfred Hitchcock personally?
So, you know, Mother, I am an actress myself, but I became an actress after my mother died, in my late 30s. So I didn't really have an opportunity to, I would have asked her more questions if she had been alive, you know. But I didn't have the opportunity. I remember that she learned her lines very, very well. And I read in her autobiography, which is a great source of, she wrote the book for us, and I'm very grateful that she did it, because I consulted as if it is a Bible, because I know I'm going to look for every time I have to present a film or something, so it's full of, and the more I read the book, the more things make sense. So she did write that she went to the Royal Dramaten Theatre in Sweden, in Stockholm, and the school would have been 3 years long. But in the summer, when the school was closed, Mama found her first film with a wonderful Swedish director called Gustav Molander, with whom she made 6 films. And the school said, "No, you haven't finished your 3 years, so you cannot accept that role. You first have to finish the school, then you become an actress." And Mother chose to do the film with Gustav Molander. She was not accepted back at the Royal Dramaten Theatre. So she said that it was really, she didn't have much of a formal training as an actress, but she always had to find, from the first reading of the script, something in that character that she could anchor to herself. That she really had to understand the psychology of the person that she was playing totally. And I also know that she learned a line very, very well. She repeated them over and over again. And because she worked in 5 languages, we were asked at home to speak the language that she would speak in the theatre, especially in the theatre. So when she was in London, we spoke English. When she was in France, we spoke French. So because one day, when she was performing in the theatre, and she had done the play in several languages, one night, she started to speak English and she understands it in French. But she didn't realize that until, you know, the leading man went, you know, that panicked her so much that she said, you know, when we switch a lot of languages at home still, and this is what happens, you know, if you hear us speaking in the family, it's incomprehensible, and we don't even realize that we say a word in English, a word in French, a word in Italian. So that happens to a lot of families that are not that lingual. So now my mama was in the theatre, we spoke the language that she spoke that night, not to confuse her.
Now, you're doing something tomorrow, aren't you, with Jeremy Irons at the South Bank? What is that you're doing?
So I took Mother's autobiography, because it's such a wonderful autobiography. And